This that Raymundo reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary, cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.
When's your due date? Right now. Is your due date 11? What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. This is your 3rd pregnancy? Yes. You have 2 babies at home? It's in my ass. You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
There was a personality patient for you. My last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due date is the 10th.
Her due date is the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. I bet you I'm gonna listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors. Everybody say how they treat people here.
Now that was hard to watch. I mean, nobody deserves to be treated like that, especially in a profession when you're there to help people, because the people that are around you, most likely they're in some type of discomfort. But what you may be surprised about, this isn't the first time she's gone viral.
You can go ahead and turn your phone off too, please.
I can record. I'm in a public place.
Recording everything that you're doing. So.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Yeah, look at the treatment.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is LaCresta Vaughn. She's a registered nurse in Dallas. Hopefully not for too much longer, but her treatment of that pregnant patient, yeah, unacceptable on every single level. And those of us that have experience in the customer service industry know that they always tell you any issues that you have outside of work, you leave them outside. And I don't think that's the case for her. I feel like this is just who she is as a person. Now, this is what's been recorded. Imagine what hasn't. But I mean, hey, we're going to dive into it today. And I got a clip of a nurse in her area that's giving her opinion. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Hannah, and I'm a Dallas Regional Medical Center ER nurse. And I'm frequently in triage, and I want to open my heart and be vulnerable with all of you. Because I, along with you, came across a viral video, scrolling on TikTok on my day off, and was appalled. And usually I see these videos and I'm appalled and it's across the country or, you know, somewhere else. But it was my ER, where I work. And our hospital's tiny. We're a community hospital. We serve the underprivileged, we serve the poor, we serve people without insurance, mostly on Medicaid, Medicare. And I just want you to know that I'm sorry. I don't have answers for you. You guys are going to want so many things that I cannot give you. And by making this video, I'm going on a limb because I could lose my job, and I don't want to lose my job. But I want to share with you a few things. So please bear with me. Everything that you've heard is true. Black women, in particular, struggle in a way that no other people can in America, with systemic racism, biases, hatred, you name it. And I'm a white girl coming to you, and a lot of y'all are gonna say that I'm part of the problem, and I've read that. Why is no one speaking out? Why is no one sticking up? Why is no one saying this nurse should be fired? There's a lot of things that I want to say and I cannot. Please understand, I have a job. I am a single mom of 4 kids. I don't get help. I raise them on my own. I'm a mom that has been on SNAP most of my life. I've gotten Medicaid. I barely make enough money to pay my bills as a nurse. It's expensive out there. But you know what? None of my struggles, none of them compare to what a black woman has to go through in our country because of the color of her skin. Racism isn't just, oh, it's the color of your skin, it's everything. It's not just, oh, look at that person, like, oh, she's ghetto, she's black. It's not just that. Y'all struggle. You struggle in a way that I can't understand. And to watch that video in my own ER where we serve people that are there on their worst day is horrible. It's so hurtful because I love my patients and there are so many of us nurses that are just in shock. We can't believe that this would happen. But at the same time, we're not surprised because there's issues. And I'm sure it's at every hospital. I've worked at many hospitals. I've been a nurse a long time. And I'm sorry, I have to be careful what I say. But I want you to know that there are so many good nurses out there. And we failed. That night shift on that day with that nurse failed. I'm a day shifter, but I also work triage. Primarily, half my shifts are in triage. And I'm going to just tell you very quickly. She should have never been rejected from the ambulance bay. We take people all the time through the ambulance bay, even though it's for ambulances, but it's an emergency room. I don't even know who was charged. The charge could at least laid eyes on the car in front of and just, I don't know. And if she had determined, maybe in the charge nurse's world, again, I don't know who it was. I didn't hardly work this week. TNCC, Trauma Nurse Core Curriculum, across the room observation. Should have been brought in. At the very least, if her training had failed and she said, oh no, she can go through the front. Hey, can we please get a wheelchair to the ambulance or the emergency room entrance? That woman's mother shouldn't have had to go searching for a freaking wheelchair. Security shouldn't have had to go out there. And as a triage nurse, I know that the second that she stepped into that ER, that noise was heard. I'm sorry, my kid just called me. I know that noise was heard. I know the laboring sounds, the screams, they were heard. And I know registration went and told triage, we've got an issue out here. There's a laboring patient. She should have been brought back. She should have been immediately brought back, hooked up to vitals. Those questions should have been answered. What's your G's and P's? How many times have you been pregnant? Have you had any miscarriages? Have you had C-sections? What's going on? We don't get, just because she was I heard she was supposed to be induced through the videos, that she had been turned. Just because we didn't have her registered and we didn't have an armband didn't mean that we couldn't get all that information and write it down on a pen and paper like old school days. We could have been on the phone with L&D. I've got this doctor's patient in. What's going on? Do we have a bed? So many missed opportunities. And there's no excuses for it. None. I'm trying to be very careful with what I say, and I hope that this comes across to y'all. Because I love my job. I love what I do. I love who I take care of. I have dedicated my life to being a nurse. I work 12, 13-hour days. Some days I don't pee. Some days I don't eat. Because I'm taking care of others. And then I come home and I take care of 4 kids. I've been a single mom for 20 years. I've done it by myself. I know what it's like to swipe an EBT card and wonder if you're being judged because you've got that yellow Texas EBT card and someone's going to see. What it's like to check in and wonder, am I going to be judged because I've got Medicaid? Am I going to get the care? I've delivered 4 children on Medicaid. Thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to get the same care? Because I know that I'm on Medicaid, and you feel like garbage. I know what that feels like. I've delivered at Parkland because that was the only place that I could deliver. I want you all to know that your rage is heard, your pain is felt. We are hurting with you. There are nurses that I work with, so many good nurses that have given their careers, they have studied, they have paid money to do what we do, that are hurting watching that this is happening in our hospital when we're already, like I said, just a tiny little sliver of a hospital, barely functioning, bare bones, doing the best that we can with a broken administration of a wider issue of failing healthcare in our country, on top of systemic racism that prejudices against people that are minorities or need help, food stamps, Medicaid, and we feel you, we hear you. So please, if anything that you take away from this, we are not all that nurse. We are angry with you. And I'm sorry that this was so long, and I hope that y'all were able to get something out of this. I hope that we can heal from this. Is that fair to say? I've been sitting in my car for an hour trying to make this video, ignoring my children, because I have to stick up. I have to say something. I have 30 seconds left. I can't answer your questions. I don't know anything. All I can tell you is that your voices have been heard. Change is going to happen. I know it will. I don't know if it's happening yet, but it's going to happen. And that we will continue. The good ones of us will continue to advocate. We will not stop caring. We will still hold your hand, and we will cry with you on your worst day.
Now, I personally felt the emotion and empathy literally come through the screen as Nurse Hannah gave her perspective. And she provided a solution of what should have happened, which is more than Nurse Vaughn was able to do. And what did the hospital do in response? Paid leave. How is that a resolution? Now, I'm not one for a person losing their job, losing their livelihood, but something needs to be done. Obviously, she doesn't care about the patients that she has to deal with. Is she there to fill the quota? Is that what's going on? Because I'm sure there are other qualified people out there that can do the job and do it with empathy. But what are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And if you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button on the right and to the left. More dope content. Until next time, I'm out.
This that Raymundo reacts, huh? Y'all came in for the laughs, huh? You did. Stay for the commentary cause it makes sense, huh? Real talk.